Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas's Wednesday evening service. I'm Reverend Laura Hallett, and it's my pleasure to be back here with you again tonight. This month, we are looking at the idea of wholeness, and so we're looking at some of the spiritual principles and practices that we can use to begin to experience more wholeness in our lives. Tonight, my talk title is Solitude and Silence. These are two of the most powerful practices that we can really begin to engage in to actually begin to have a greater sense of wholeness and what wholeness means for us. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, says that we are the microcosm of the universal wholeness. The universe is complete in itself. The divine spirit, the God, the whatever you want to call it, that creative intelligence that has brought everything into existence is complete and whole. And we know that we are one with that wholeness, one with that divine impulse of creation that is bringing everything into existence all of the time. And so as we begin to explore what this means for us in a real and personal way, we begin to get a greater sense of that whole universal wholeness that is out there, that is totally and completely represented inside of each one of us. And so to experience wholeness, we can use a variety of practices. Practices like meditation, things like a walking meditation, or simply a breathing meditation. And there are thousands of kinds of meditations out there, none any better than the others. It's just finding the one that really works for each one of us individually. And we offer classes here at Center for Spiritual Living that actually explore many different types of meditation. Our practitioners do a meditation every Sunday morning. Generally, it's a guided meditation because it's part of our Sunday service. But these are meditations that will actually begin to help you get a greater sense of who we are internally. Meditation is all about finding a way to quiet the chatter so that we can actually reveal our true self. And our true self is where our wholeness resides. That's where we actually begin to sense and feel it. When we are feeling like we are in alignment with who we came here to be, then we get a greater sense of wholeness in our lives. We can also do practices like contemplation, where we take an idea into our soul and see what comes forth as we ponder it. Oftentimes we do contemplative meditation with an affirmation or even a passage from some spiritual writing or spiritual text, and take that into our silence and see what is revealed to us. And it can be something as simple as be still and know. And actually take that into the silence. What does it mean to be still? What does it mean to know? What are we knowing? And we begin to ponder that and see what comes forth from within us. We're not asking or seeking answers from outside of ourselves, but we're allowing it to be revealed from within us. Another way that we can do contemplation is through many of the journal writing practices that are out there. One of them that I like to do that's really powerful for me is called dialogue journaling, where I take an idea and I have a conversation with it. Now, it's going on in my own being. I'm not asking something outside of myself. I'm asking the question within and allowing it to come forth, and then do stream of consciousness journal writing based on what is revealed. Meditation and contemplation are two of the most powerful ways of revealing the wholeness that already is. And they can be done in solitude. The word solitude comes from the Middle English, and it means the state of being alone. And oftentimes we think of solitude as a negative idea because we're very much a communal being. We like to be in groups of other places with other people. And so oftentimes when we think of solitude, we get the idea that this is loneliness or desolation or, something that we want to avoid at all costs. However, there's something very powerful about solitude, because when we are in this solitude, when we are by ourselves, we may be separated from other people, but we are never separated from ourselves. Our own true nature is always present. And sometimes it takes us being by ourselves to allow it to be revealed. There is a vast and deep reservoir of information available to us when we are with ourselves, separate and apart from other people. It gives our true self, our soul, an opportunity to show itself. The soul is very shy. And sometimes it needs to be coaxed out. It doesn't just like pop out and say, oh, well, look, here I am. It needs to be nurtured and listened to and taken care of in a way that allows it to risk being seen, to being exposed. And so there's something very powerful about being in solitude. I happen to have an experience of being in pretty much virtual solitude for 5 months. And I was working at the time, so I had a few hours every day where I would have some interactions with people. But other than that, for that entire 5 months, other than a couple of hours during the weekdays, I was by myself in a very large building, very old building. And it was really powerful. I'm still seeing things that are opening up within me as a result of spending that time in solitude. You know, many of our world's spiritual traditions have structured time where we can be in solitude with monasteries or communes or sanghas where we can actually go and be around other people but have time in solitude throughout our day. You know, we don't need to actually go up into the mountains and be a hermit in a cave. We do not need to be doing that to find solitude, but we need to find it sometime during our day. Even if it's a brief moment, 10, 15 minutes of being by ourselves, allowing ourselves to be still and listening to that still small voice. And there's something very powerful about doing these practices of meditation and contemplation with others around us. So we have the idea of what we do in solitude, but then there's also what we can do with others. But only if the others are willing to give us the space to explore the ideas that are moving through us without trying to fix it or solve it. Too often when we come together in groups, especially in spiritual communities, there's the advice giving, or let me tell you how I did this, or I have an example that of the same thing that you're going through right now. Let me share that with you. There's this need within us to bond with people by sharing these experiences, and oftentimes, especially when we are first starting off in spiritual practice, something has really transformed our lives, and we are excited about it, and we want to share it with other people because we want other people to feel the same way that we did. But when we can be in a group with a group of people who won't do that, who will give us the space to explore it on our own and to see what comes forth from within our soul, to witness us as we are moving through this instead of trying to fix us, that is super powerful. When we come together for our visioning in our Center for Spiritual Living here, we come together in a process called visioning, and that has come to be one of the most powerful experiences. Usually we have somewhere between 5 and 10 people in a visioning session, and we are asking guided questions and listening deeply for the answers. Nobody's trying to fix anyone. No one's trying to come up with the answer before somebody else does. No one's going to try to share, from their other experiences, because that's not the way visioning is designed to be. This is where we are deep listening to what is being revealed within our own being and letting it come forth. And I tell you, some of the most powerful things that I've experienced in my journey of spiritual transformation has been in the process of visioning. It is very, very transformative to be with others in silence, to be with others when we can actually just simply be there together and not speak. So to take a silent retreat where there's other people around you is powerful beyond belief. It often feels to me like the collective consciousness that is present in a group of people sitting in the silence is somehow amplified. It's magnified. It becomes more of what it could possibly be, because we are all there tuning in to spirit at the same time. This is what we get from that passage in the Bible, where 2 or more are gathered, there I am in the midst of thee. When there are people come together, like-mindedness with high consciousness, there is a energy that is generated that is multiplied through each one of the individual consciousnesses and becomes more than it could ever possibly be with just one person involved in it. As we come together with that same focused goal of listening to our souls, listening to that small voice within us, listening to what is wanting to be revealed through us, then everything becomes so much clearer. And when we hear the things that come through, they seem to be so much more true than what one person coming through with. It's just, you hear one person come up with an idea, and then you hear another person come up with an idea that may not be exactly the same, but it is the same feeling or the same sensation of it. And then another person comes up with an idea that has the same feeling. Then you're really onto something. Because this one thing could be coming up through me, through my ego mind. Not necessarily through my soul. It may be through my soul. I wouldn't necessarily know except for the feeling of it. But when it comes up from my soul and another person's soul and another person's soul, and it begins to take on a power of itself, it is really quite an experience to see that. So our souls need a safe, supportive environment where they can feel secure enough to show themselves. And when we come together in a community of like-minded people for that purpose of revealing our souls, listening deeply and revealing what is coming forth inside of us, it's so powerful. But these spaces that are designed to welcome our soul and support our inner journey, they're rare. They've been around for thousands of years, but the opportunities to implement them only happen deep within some of the greatest wisdom traditions of the world. As I said, we can find sacred sanghas where people come together to support each other. There are communes and there are monasteries and so forth where people are actually coming together so they can feel this. So this idea of being in sacred community is a very powerful thing. And like I said, it can create for us a safety, a feeling of safety that allows our shy souls to come forth. That's a mouthful. When we feel safe enough, then our souls will come forth. Now, it can happen individually and it can happen in large groups. And oftentimes it happens with a special one-on-one relationship. One of life's greatest blessings is to find someone with whom you can create safe space for both you and your friend's soul to come forth and support each other on your shared sacred journey. The people who help us, it could be someone that we love dearly, like a special life partner, but it could be someone who's been a mentor or a guide to us throughout the years. These people who help us grow towards our true self are the ones who can offer us unconditional love. Now, unconditional love is an interesting thing. Unconditional love doesn't allow space for judgment. It doesn't allow us to feel like we are less than. Unconditional love allows us to be our highest and best self. But unconditional love does not let us stay stagnant either. It creates a force that makes us want to grow from the inside, that makes us feel safe enough to take the risk and possibly risk the failure that this kind of growth requires. Unconditional love is not about being complacent and letting us get away with the stuff. Unconditional love is that, tough love. It's that love that doesn't let us get away with the stuff that we're trying to get away with, because that doesn't serve us anymore. Unconditional love is there for us when we find those special people who want us to unfold in the highest and best way for our souls, but don't let us get away with our nonsense. They don't let us shirk from what is true and for us. They're the ones who will actually call us on our stuff. The saints and sages throughout history have called this ability to be with others in this sacred journey as practicing the presence. Now, practicing the presence has lots of different meanings, but in this case, it means to bring the consciousness of the divine to everything that you do throughout your entire day, to all of the interactions that you have with this other person, to actually have that presence of the divine front and center stage in this relationship. So in other words, we know that there is this total unconditional love where I'm welcome to try, to take risks, to risk failure, where I can be this authentic self and allow myself to explore what's possible. but it also means that I'm not going to get off easy with it. I have to be able to be true to who I am and true to the thing that's going on around me. And it's having a person in your life who will do that. You know, it's knowing that the highest and best is always happening for this other person. It's always happening right now because the presence of the divine is right there, right now, and fully active for each one of us. And so finding those opportunities where we can come together in community with like-minded people, where we can have that special relationship with one other person who knows you and supports you throughout all of your journey. And it's finding time to be by yourself, to be still enough to hear what's wanting to come forth within us. You know, the basic premise of our philosophy is that we came to this world whole and complete. There is absolutely nothing missing here. There's nothing wrong with us. There's nothing that needs to be added. It's just a matter of revealing that truth and allowing it to show forth. And that's how we coax that small, still voice out. That's how we coax that shy soul to show itself, is by sitting in the silence and allowing it to come forth. And as I said, this can be done in solitude, and this can be done with another person, and it can be done with a group of like-minded people. Take an opportunity to find the best way to support yourself in this sacred journey, to reveal the wholeness that is already there within you. The truth of who you are is that you are whole. And it's just a matter of uncovering all of the things that have ever blocked you from feeling this sense of wholeness. We are complete right here and right now. We are perfect. We just have layers of stuff that need to be removed to let us feel that and have it show up through us. So let's do a little practice here. I'm going to guide you through one, just to go on an inner journey, a sacred inner journey, and just see if there's anything wanting to be revealed right now through you. So I just invite you to close your eyes. I like to take in a breath, and I feel that breath in my body, centering me, making me aware of my physical presence. I notice the furniture that I'm sitting on, how it supports me, how my back rests up against it, and the back of my legs touching the chair. I feel the desk underneath my arms that I'm leaning on right now. There's the movement of the air around me. I can sense the light in the room and the direction that it's coming from. I notice other special beings that are in the room with me. In my case, it's my puppy. And I just become fully aware of my surroundings, knowing that right now I am perfect and safe, grounded to the floor, supported by the furniture, and uplifted by the presence of the divine. And so feeling this sense of well-being, I simply ask myself, what is wanting to be revealed as my true self right now? And then I listen. And if you find your mind start to wander, just repeat the question to yourself. What is wanting to be revealed as my true self right now? What do I need to release in order for this aspect of my true self to come forth? What needs to be released? And what practice can I engage in that will best allow my true self to be revealed? What kind of practice can I engage in to allow this highest version of my true self to show forth? And so just taking another conscious breath. Feel it moving through your body. And again, notice the room around you, the furniture, the light, the movement of the air. And when you're ready, just go ahead and open your eyes. It is powerful to take some time and journal after you've gone to a contemplation like this, to actually see what was revealed and to take it into that stream of consciousness journaling and allow whatever else needs to come forth to pour forth from you, because it will. Sometimes it takes a little practice. Oftentimes it takes a little more silence. But just allow it to come forth and repeat this kind of practice many times. You can do it easily throughout the day. You can do it, set up a time each week to do it for yourself. But ask those questions, probe, see what's wanting to reveal itself, see what's blocking your way, and see how you can best support yourself. We have wonderful small groups here at Center for Spiritual Living Greater Las Vegas that will allow you to deepen and grow. We are expanding our Sacred Circle ministry as we move into our new building, which should be sometime this fall. And we're here to support you through this. You know, if you're looking for that one person that needs to hear you unconditionally, we have fabulous practitioners that will know the truth for you without any judgment, without trying to fix you. They will know the truth for you and help you see it for yourself. So have a great week, everyone. I hope to see you back here again next Wednesday night for our Wednesday evening service. And check us out on our YouTube channel for our Thursday morning, Keeping It Real. We have meditations a couple times a week. We have our spiritual soundscape from our fabulous music ministry. And the recordings from our services are also on our YouTube channel. So check us out. Let us know how you experience it, and any feedback that we'd like to have, we gratefully welcome that. And I hope to see you all again next week. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye. Here at Center for Spiritual Living Greater Las Vegas, we are a mission and vision-driven community. We offer transformative educational opportunities, deep and meaningful moments of connection, uplifting Wednesday and Sunday services. We greatly appreciate your contributions that support the amazing work we're doing here in Southern Nevada. We have several easy ways you can contribute. We have text to give. Simply text the amount of your donation to our text to give number, and you'll be prompted to enter your information.
There's a link to our online donation page posted below this video where you can contribute by debit or credit card. And of course, you're always welcome to send a check to our office if that works better for you. All of your contributions go to support the great work that we're doing here in Greater Las Vegas community.
The monthly publication, Science of Mind magazine, is a treasure to be read and contemplated. Along with in-depth articles, there is a day-to-day spiritual support to be gleaned from its daily guides. Licensed practitioner Lynn Frankenberger hosts Adventures in Faith on Zoom, and you're invited to join in. This is a weekly group discussion that focuses on those daily guides and how to apply them. Check Facebook and our weekly newsletter for more details.
Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real with Reverend Laura. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real with Reverend Laura.
CSL Greater Las Vegas brings you much of your favorite spiritual music every Friday at 7 p.m. with spiritual soundscapes. Enjoy performances from CSLGLV vocalists along with special guest singers. It's music for your soul. Subscribe to the CSLGLV YouTube channel to get a convenient link sent to you for each musical performance. At CSL Greater Las Vegas, it is our mission to inspire spiritual discovery through community connection, exploration, and celebration. This mission supports the all-inclusive vision of Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide, in which we envision a world that works for everyone and all of creation.